So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, as you can probably gather from the title. So first off, before anything, I want to give a massive shout out to Anthony Jones. If you guys want to jump over to Instagram and go look at anth.jones, I'll try and link him in the bottom, and go give him some support, say hey, massive thanks, shout out. He's been helping us out with the channel and helping me out with moving forwards with this idea. So I want to give a massive thanks to Anth, and I'd love it if you guys would just go show him some love and appreciation. For you VW boys, he is repping a VW Golf, tidy little white one to be fair, and then his missus is also repping with a Scirocco. So two nice tidy little cars to be fair. So go over there, show him some love. Moving on with the video. So yeah, this video is going to be about diabetes. So cars are a massive part of my life, engines, bikes, as you know, and that's what created this channel. But before I created this channel, I always wanted to create a channel to do with my diabetes, because it's something I live with every day. It's something I have to adapt to every day. I was diagnosed in my early 20s, and obviously at that point my life changed hugely. So I went from a gym rat. I literally woke up, went to the gym, work, came home, went to the gym, and was, girlfriends, living at home. I didn't think about anything other than work in the gym, really. And then all of a sudden, this sort of landed on me. And to be fair, it's not a huge thing over here in the UK. When I got diagnosed, for example, I didn't even know what diabetes was. It was that foreign to me. So it was a massive learning circle. And when I came out, the first thing I did when I came out of hospital was I jumped onto YouTube and I jumped onto forums, and there was loads of stuff out there for mums with diabetic kids, from the doctors, which was like all in gobbledygook. I just wanted it in nice size information that I could get from someone who was living with it and understood it, and was more along my intellectual level, is the most obvious way to put it. And I did eventually find someone about 6 months later called One Happy Diabetic, and I hope he's doing really, really well for himself, because I haven't seen any recent uploads from him for a long time. But he got me through some major low points, and they do happen. And he was just able to explain things to a way that didn't make things seem as scary and as unknown. And I wanted, ever since I haven't been able to find content from him, I've always wanted to be able to replace that content with similar content, and also have something in the UK for us lot, because there's loads from kids, who were born with it. Nothing from someone like me who was like 20 and all of a sudden my life got spun on its head. I had to learn a complete new language. I had to learn about complete new things, and there was like, there's no starter kit, there's no guide. So this hopefully is going to be that for you guys. I've had it now for nearly 10 years, and I've picked up a lot of things that make my life easier, and I'm going to pass that information on to you. Some of you it ain't going to help, but for some of you it might, and if I help just one of you, then this channel has done what I wanted it to do. So don't worry if you're here for the car stuff and the motorbikes, we are still going to be posting that sort of stuff. Just this is easier for me to get out, and it's something I feel passionate about, and it's something that hopefully can help someone out there. So I am going to be uploading this to this channel. So first off, I started in my car for a reason. As a diabetic, you jump in your car, you need to do a couple things first. So you need to make sure your sugars are where they need to be. So for me, that's between 6 or 7. So that is your tester. Now testers come in most of them come in these little zip bags. Open it up and you've got everything you need. So your testing strips, your tester, and your finger prick. And they've got these little belt things on the back. But for me, I ain't rocking it on a belt. I ain't putting it in a fanny pack, nothing like that. So I have a gym bag, which I'll get into in a bit. But that, you need to make sure your sugars are where they need to be. Secondly, always keep a pen in your car. Always. Just in case, but it's going to do two things. If for whatever reason you crashed, or if you crashed, or you're incoherent for whatever reason, that pen is going to tell somebody on an ambulance or an emergency service that you are a diabetic. Another great thing for that is, and I've only just found these in the last year, is these, and all these is cards with what medication I'm on. So it's a picture of my NovaRapid and it's a picture of my Lantus. So anyone can go in my glove box, because the first thing I'm going to do if you're not being coherent is look around, and they're going to check your glove box because it's dead easy to check. And if they can see these, it tells them exactly what you're taking. That might make your life a little bit easier, and you can put some little notes on the back as well. So these are great to have in your car. I would say pick up some of these, slam them in your car, your motorbike, whatever you've got. And then second reason for keeping your pen in your car is I have like a go pack, if you like. It's a pack, like, as long as I've got it, my bag, I'm ready to go. But I'm not always going to have that. If I'm just nipping to the shop, I'm just jumping in my car and I go. Which is why having that pen there is great, because if for whatever reason you get stuck in town, you get called somewhere, or you don't know what's going to happen. So prevention is easier than cure. So if I know I've got a pen, then I know I'm safe. So keep one in there. Just don't leave it in there. If it's been there for like 4 years, it's useless. Keep circulating it. Make sure, because what will happen is you'll pull back, you'll go to pull it, and all of a sudden you'll just get a bunch of air squirting out. And it's, you know, it just, because they're supposed to be kept in a cool temperature as well. So try and keep it somewhere cool in your car. But yeah, keep them circulating. But the biggest thing that will help you moving forwards is to create yourself a bag. Now, for women, it's dead easy because you've got a handbag, and in a handbag you can obviously, they're, you know, Mary Poppins, we've all seen it. They just pull and pull and pull, and they can have everything. For a lad, it's not that easy. Now, as a 20-year-old lad, and still as a 30-year-old lad, I have, the gym's a massive part of my life, and I've always got my gym bag with me now. And that's all I've done is I've turned my gym bag into my go bag, my I go everywhere with it bag. And all it is, I'll show you. I've had the same gym bag for a while. It's just a normal gym bag, nothing fancy. And I'll go through what I have in it that's made my life easy, and hopefully this will help you guys out. So, tester lives in there. If it isn't there, it's beside my bed. And then the next thing is I've got my 2 pens. So I'll go over why I've got the 2 now. But obviously the Lantus, the NovaRapid, which is my daytime pen. Again, loaded, ready to go. And I've got this because I don't carry my pen in my trouser pocket. I always keep it in my bag. And I just go to my bag, sort out what I need to sort out. Now, the reason I take my nighttime with me, because some of you will be thinking, why have you got your nighttime? Is because we don't know what's going to happen in a day. Now, I hope to go to work, do my job, and come home. But you don't know. And I don't want to have to, for whatever reason, wake up the next morning, feel really rubbish because I wasn't able to get my nighttime insulin. So, again, it's just about preparing yourself. So, keeping 2 on you, you're prepared for, just in case for whatever reason you don't end up going home, you go to your mum's and you've got that with you because it's in your bag. So next one is your Lucozade. So for some people they prefer glucose tablets because they're smaller. I'm the opposite. I prefer the Lucozade because it's bigger. So, you know, and in the big bottles you got like three hypos in here essentially. One of the great things, so when you have a hypo, you need your Lucozade or your glucose tablets because your body absorbs glucose quicker than it can sugar. So this goes in first, and then you can do your carbohydrate to steady you off. So keeping a big one of these means I get three goes in it, and these they cost pennies, you know, it's like £1 a bottle. I've got one that lives in my gym bag, one that lives in my bedroom, and one that lives downstairs in my house. So there's always one. They're inexpensive and they will save your life. So just keep one on you all the time. And again, this is why I've got a gym bag, because I can get these bigger items in. If you've only got a small bag, you might want to do the glucose tablets. The problem with me with the glucose tablets was they smash really easily. And I used to forget to bulk order, and at that time I didn't do a gym bag. I tried to keep everything everywhere. So I had some in my car, some stashed at work, some stashed, and I had like little stash packs, and it just never worked, which is why I truly do think the bag is the way forwards for anyone. Just get yourself a bag, keep it with you. you're not always going to be able to, but try to keep it with you. You know, if you're going to work, take it with you. You're going to the gym, take it with you. If you're going out for the day, take it with you. Even when I go on holiday, that's my bag. It's already preloaded. Just pick it up and go. If I'm going abroad, it's got everything, as you'll see. So next is my protein. So as I said, gym rat. So I always had a protein with me anyway, but on the bottom here is where my protein screws in. And one of the best reasons for keeping protein, even if you're not a gym rat like me, is so protein is sold to you as you eat your meals and you can't get enough carbohydrates into you. So this isn't a meal replacement, that's the wrong word, but it is basically a meal in here. And it's so you can get that extra calories in. So you're getting, instead of getting 3 meals, you're getting 4 or 5 meals by just drinking one of these. But the reason these are always handy to have with you, and it will happen, is you've gone to work, for example. Now, everywhere I've worked, they've been really good, and they've always been like, yeah, just go sort yourself out. But there may be that time that you can't sort yourself out, or the best reason for this, and I truly believe this has helped me more than once, is you've had your lunch, you've taken your insulin, you've overshot what you thought you were taking for whatever reason, and you've dropped. And you're full off lunch, you couldn't face. So you've got your glucose in you, now you've got to try and stable yourself off. There's no way you want to get more food in your face. It's in liquid form. That's where this comes into play. Load up your protein, give it a shake, down your face, job done. Wait a couple of hours, test yourself, and try and sort your sugars out from there. But this is such a quick and easy way to get that food into you without having to really bloat you out by forcing food into you. Give it a go, see what you think. This is one of my favourites by far. Next, and it's really the last thing I carry for my diabetes, is a notepad. This is inexpensive. They cost nothing. I mean, this one was given to me by my boss to take down some notes from work. The reason I always keep one of these in my bag, doesn't have to be as big as this, just as big as you want. I've got a big bag so I can keep a big one. And I write like a chimp, so, makes it so I can read my scribbles. Let's say, and these will happen. So I had one not long ago where I had just had an attack for no reason at work, and it was pretty serious, and I didn't know what caused it. I still to this day don't know what caused it. It's just one of those things. They happen. You live with it, you move on. But what I was able to do was take recordings of my sugars. So in this pad, I would write down the date, and then every time I test myself, I'd write the number of my blood sugars and I'd write the time, and I would just keep doing that day on, day in, until I saw a pattern emerging and I could try and correct that pattern. Having that with me means it's all in one nice tidy place. So if I ever need to go to my GP or something needs to get looked at, I've got all that information here and it's in my bag. It's easier than looking for scraps of paper. And obviously you can still take your notes and work notes and all the rest of it as well, so Brucey bonus. That's my bag. That goes with me everywhere. I would strongly advise males, females, get yourself a little go bag. It makes your life so much easier, because I can literally get up in the morning, this bag lives by my front door. It's because I've got everything in my house, but when I leave to go out my house, that's when I 9 times out of 10 need everything. I was going to say 10 times out of 10 then, because it's 10 times out of 10. I need these things. And having it in a gym bag for me, just got everything. And then, anything else you have in the bag is personal to you. One other thing, sorry, is on this side pocket, I have about 20 spare needles. So I said that the pens were loaded, they are, and then obviously changing regularly as well. I'll go through more through that in later videos, but obviously that bag is ready. Whether I'm going abroad, going to work, wherever I go, that bag is ready. For those who are interested, I've got my weight belt, my wrist straps, my Pepsi. Never go anywhere without Pepsi. Now Pepsi, this is another good one actually. I live on Pepsi Max, Diet and Cherry. It's all I drink, that and water. Now, be careful when you go to buy these diet products, because they're not always zero sugar. A lot of the cheap ones will not be zero sugar. Coca-Cola for a long time, and I don't know if it still is, I think it might have changed, but Coca-Cola for a long time had trace amounts of sugar, and that trace amounts was actually a lot to mess my readings up. So just make sure you're checking these things out. But you can live on that. I'm on 10 years straight living on that stuff, so you'll be fine. Next thing is I've got cold and flu and paracetamol. Because as a diabetic, your immune system is lower than everyone else's, so you do tend to get ill more than everyone else. So having these things in your bag just means when you feel that sore throat coming in, you can get on it early. Again, prevention's easier than cure. And that's it, guys. Hopefully this will help some of you out there. And from now on, I am going to start uploading stuff like this as much as I can. I'd love to say daily, but life gets in the way. I will be uploading a lot more regularly with this sort of content though. So any questions, any comments, I will get back to all of you. If I don't do it the same day, I will definitely get back and answer all questions down below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe out there.